YouTube, GoTeam VSG and Flyegirl VSG coming into you with a Q&A. We'll try not to make it 40 minutes this time, but no promises.
We go on.
Yeah. We aren't looking our most beautiful beauty.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, but not our
Who doesn't want to see us hot and sweaty?
Yeah, we're a little hot and sweaty. We went and hiked Mount Tabor and the neighborhood around Mount Tabor today, and then had lunch with some friends of Tessa's, or not, brunch, I guess, more brunchy.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was at lunchtime.
Mm-hmm.
We ate breakfast.
We ate breakfast at lunch, which is the best part.
My feet stink.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Okay, cool.
I'm sure. Are you sure it's your feet?
I don't know. Maybe I'm cooking something.
So anyway, we got some questions, and we're just gonna kind of go back and forth, and we'll answer them for you.
Oh,
so,
and let's talk about the lovely locale. So we are currently in the fifth wheel that is parked at my brother's house that belongs to my mom. And this is my home away from home. When I come to visit family in Oregon, this is where I.
And it's very fancy for.
Well, it's like mid-70s, mid-80s,
yeah.
but it's clean
like
and it's super
nice.
Decoration
Back here, the little carpet.
Yeah, the carpeted. Everybody should have carpeted balances.
I think so too.
Fashion tip.
I'm gonna start doing.
Anyway, awesome having it.
Anyway, so that's where we're at. We're in Damascus.
Again. She's
got to get some stuff ready for a party, and so this is where we're at. Okay, so the first question that we got asked was, do you feel closer now that you both can support and celebrate each other's NSVs, and that non-weight loss surgery friends don't get that, or whatever? I definitely feel like we are closer.
Yeah.
In since surgery.
Wait, how do you do that?
Just like a little, yeah.
Oh, well, I'm not good at that. Whatever.
I was telling Tessa earlier on our hike that she's been like one of my #1 supporters and been so supportive and so great and all this stuff, and she was commending me for being encouraging and all that stuff. I'll let her speak to that. But I definitely don't feel that my non-weight loss surgery friends don't get it, though. I mean, it's definitely different. Like, obviously, when I say I feel restriction, that's not usually something someone that hasn't gone through weight loss surgery can really understand. But I don't really feel that people aren't empathetic or aren't supportive or aren't understanding. Like, I've been super lucky. I've not had a single person be a jerk to me at all. So I don't really feel like it's an us against them or us against the world or us against the non-WLSers. But I definitely feel like in our own little right, we've definitely kind of become more of a unit, for sure.
Yeah. And for the record, anytime it's Linz and I against anybody, you're going to lose. Whoever that other anybody is. Yeah,
I mean, I didn't want to say it, but it's true.
So yeah, I think that we definitely have gotten closer. Would we have continued to get closer? Like in the last 3 to 4 years, we've just gotten closer. Our friendship has built. Linz has come to visit me several times. As she stated, I do tend to move for my work more often. So I was in Oregon, Nevada. Now I'm in Arizona. So I think we would have continued to get closer, but definitely as far as sharing kind of a common journey, it's helped get closer. As far as NS non-weight loss surgery friends and being able to relate to one another better than I can relate to my non-weight loss surgery friends, I have not had much experience about that. In fact, I posted on my Facebook private super secret weight loss page that somebody on Sassy Sleepers had posted that they read an article that for every 7 pounds you lose a friend, and that is not my experience. I have amazing friends and an amazing support system. So for me, it's not even that and I predominantly have sporty spice friends. Like, I don't even know how many friends I have that are marathoners. I have a friend who did an Ironman, and like, they're insane. And my friend who did an Ironman, I don't know that she's ever struggled with weight, but she is definitely one of my top supporters. Love you, Malls. Anyway, so yeah, closer, but like, and it is nice to talk with somebody who can relate, but I don't think that people who haven't struggled with their weight that I'm friends with,
as me too,
I still think they can relate, because we all have a struggle of some sort. Maybe for them it's smoking or some other addiction or confidence, or we all struggle in some way.
I also think that you and I have done over the years, we don't really keep people in our lives that would be like that.
Yeah.
You know, we don't really have, we've house cleaned enough times, I guess, so to speak, that we don't really make friends or keep friends that are like that, would be treat us like that.
For me, it's not even house cleaning. Like, it's me. I am quick to rush to judgment about people. I have, I think, an amazing intuition about people. It's been very seldom in my life when I've met somebody who I didn't like at first that I've changed my mind. So it's not even that I've cleaned house. I don't pick those products up off the shelf and buy them as friends.
Yeah, I got better. I've gotten better.
So,
yeah.
But my friends are amazing. My family is amazing. So,
yeah. Cool. Move on to the next one.
The next question is, do either of us struggle with comparing our journeys and pounds lost to others in the community? Second part, if so, are there any tips on how to avoid comparisons? This is something I definitely do. Like, Lindsay is 5 months ahead of me, basically, on this journey. So just here recently, I was bemoaning the fact that I haven't lost as much weight as I'd like, and I went back and watched Lynn's video, my week 5 versus her week 5, and Lindsay had lost 37 pounds, and I'd only lost 30. And so, you know, I do compare myself, but it's a good reminder of, like, now she's lost, like, 85. And so it's a good reminder. Another thing, I just mentioned Sassy Sleevers. I've been on that page, and honestly, I hid it from my news feed, because reading, like, that, hey, I just got sleeve a week ago and I've lost 35 pounds. Is that normal? And, like, it makes me feel bad. Like, oh, I've lost 35 pounds in 8 weeks, and this person has lost 35 pounds in a week. And so I do compare myself to others. How to avoid comparisons? I hid Sassy Sleevers from my newsfeed, so I don't read that. Also, there's a lot of other posts on there that I don't find particularly useful for myself. There are some good nuggets, and so I might visit that page again occasionally to mine for those good nuggets. But how many times do we need to know which types of protein drinks everybody's drinking? You know what I mean? Like, serious.
So so other than that, is there anything else you're doing to avoid the comparisons? Or has that helped a lot?
I wanted to talk to you about this later. I'm a friend to you. No, not really. There's nothing. I mean, you know, we live in a keeping up with the Joneses society. I am a highly competitive, like, not sports-wise, but I'm highly competitive. If you ask my sister-in-law, my whole family is, like, crazy competitive. So, no, yeah.
Yeah. I don't really... Oh, hold on just a minute, please.
Un momento.
Sorry, guys. We had a knock on the door.
Lindsay needs to move her car so we can get the tractor through.
Yeah.
We're going to dig the mud pit for mud wrestling.
I thought it was mustard wrestling.
Oh, yes.
So I'm going to kind of go over this question quickly. I don't compare myself to very many people, mostly because I've been lucky and have lost most weeks. So I haven't hit a stall. I think if I had lost slower or stalled more, I probably would have. Luckily, I haven't really... I've definitely had slow weeks, but I've lost it almost every week. So I haven't compared myself too much with anyone else. I mean, sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish I'd lost 100 pounds in my first 6 months, but I didn't, and my journey's my own, and so I kind of own that. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. So I don't really have a ton of great advice on that.
I feel compelled to make funny faces when Lindsay's talking.
Next time you talk, just wait. Just wait. Have we noticed a difference in each other since surgery in terms of attitude, confidence, etc.? I've not noticed a difference in Tessa yet. In the sense that she's new, you know, so she's still adjusting to this. I will say, though, that we did hike today and we did walk yesterday, and I've never known Tessa to be like, yeah, let's do that. Like today, this morning, I actually gave her an option. I was like, we could go to brunch and shopping, or we can go on the hike and brunch. Like, we won't have time for shopping. And she chose the hike. And it wasn't a test. Like, I was up for either. But I was, like, super impressed.
Yeah.
Like, so I've noticed that, like, she's more interested.
Like that.
Yeah, way impressive. So I noticed that she's definitely, like, including the activity more, which is, I really think is amazing. But in terms, Tessa's always been super confident, super sassy. So I haven't really noticed anything in terms of that yet.
Okay. Yeah, and, you know, obviously there's less of Lindsay to love. Less of her physically to love. She has enough personality. So, yeah, I mean, obviously she's shrunk. She's shrinking. As far as attitude and confidence in her, Lindsay is also somebody who is confident, big girl. Like, we don't struggle with that. Like, not that we don't struggle with that, because we do.
Right.
Everybody struggles with confidence from time to time. But we don't face the same sort of struggles as a lot of gals and men who have been historically overweight. We will talk about this more. As far as attitude in myself, I feel like I've become a whiny bitch. Like, seriously, like, I'm usually, like, a very, like, glass half full. And, like, you know what? If you're looking at it closely, I'd say it's probably 6/10 full. Like, I'm a very optimistic person, and I feel like I've spent a lot of my time on my videos bemoaning the fact that I haven't lost enough weight. I'm not meeting my goals. Like, and so for me a little bit, and it's coming back. Like, I'm getting past that, like, initial disappointment. Again, Lessa Sarah talked in her video about the stages, and so I'm moving past the woe is me, what do I do, buyer's remorse stage a little bit.
That was a great video, by the way, Lessa Sarah. If you're watching this, we love you.
You da bomb. So, yeah, so I've noticed a little bit more pessimistic viewpoint that I've brought to some of my videos that I haven't liked. I haven't thought you were,
well, it's you not asking me, but I haven't thought you were overly negative. A little obsessed with that, maybe.
Yeah.
But not overly negative.
Yeah. Also, another thing, I have typically thought of myself as, like, a very steady person. And the hormonal shifts,
oh yeah,
for me, has been hard. Like, this is an emotional roller coaster that I haven't ridden since puberty, and I forgot how to hold on.
Yeah, it's true.
Because I'm very typically...
I'm glad you mentioned that, actually.
Yeah.
It's a challenge. Yeah.
It is.
And we could talk about that a whole other time, maybe.
That's right. But I might cry in a minute. Hold on. We'll see.
Okay, so do you want to do the next one?
Oh, sure. What are our go-to foods you always have around? My fridge, I have to tell you, I've been a single lady a long time now. And Esty and I have been dating 9 months. And even with Esty around a lot, my fridge is very often empty of most things except condiments and beer. Single ladies. So my fridge is fuller now than it's ever been. My go-to foods, cottage cheese, always, avocados, Greek yogurt, and then I've been still doing the Isopure net zero, no flavor protein drink. Those are my go-tos. Always there.
So I have always cottage cheese, yogurt, and avocado. I eat avocado a lot more than I eat the cottage cheese and the yogurt. I always have them on hand, but I don't eat them every day. I'm not a yogurt fan, though, so I know I should, but I don't always. I also have, I'm further out than she is, though, so I always have nuts in my purse, and I always have a protein or half a protein bar in my purse.
Are those from an old boyfriend?
The nuts?
Yeah.
Several. I mean, because I have about 12 nuts at a time. Yeah, they're always salty. Yeah. It's a fact. And then, you know, I always have the Premier protein drinks as well in the fridge. So if I'm like, oh, I have an appointment early in the morning, or I'm on the run and I have to grab something, I try to keep another kit. Like, I used to keep the PB3s, but I had so many, I kind of cut them out. And they're so processed, and I've talked about that before. But I either have a PB3 or like a tuna kit or something that it's like, if I know I'm going to be somewhere and I need to have an actual meal, I'll bring something like that with me.
I just want to be weird.
You're so weird. Okay.
You're talking to Lizzie, and then you look at me. Shut up.
So those are my go-to foods. The next question is, have you set goal weights? My goal weight is definitely not set in stone. I'm going to assess around 175. I'm hoping to get to 160. I might get to 150. I might to get 140. I may be perfectly happy at 180. I have no idea. I have no idea. So no, not really. 160 is like my goal as of today.
And for me, have I set goal weight? No. I mean, I'm setting small increments. The first increment, 265, and then losing 29 pounds, taking me down to 261, which was 10% of my body weight. One of the sayings, and I was like big on sayings. I'm not usually like a self-helper or like mantra type of gal, is the best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. And so that's what I want to do. BMI-wise, like, the height weight chart says I should weigh like 125 to 135. There's like 3 of me in there waiting to get out. Yeah. I cannot imagine myself at that weight. I mean, I don't think I want to go that low.
Yeah.
I don't know what it looks like, but I think it looks maybe like 150-ish, 140-ish. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I really like my boobs. I don't want to lose them forever. So I want maybe a little more. Yeah, they're looking large and in charge today. Anyway, so no to me. Okay. This is a silly question. Do you reward yourself for losses along the way? If so, with what? Yes, So 265, I rewarded myself with my workout shoes, which I showed you on another video. Oh, Dave, hold on. I'm going.
Okay, we're back.
Lindsay had to move her car for the tractor.
3 feet forward.
3 feet forward. Okay. My brother, love him to death. He's not the world's most patient person. Look, Maggie.
That's okay. He was moving forward. I don't know how I was in the way, but it's okay.
Anyway,
it's fine.
So, he just wanted to be sure, I'm sure.
Yeah,
anyway,
I'm sure.
So,
that's good.
My rewards. So, I got myself athletic shoes, which have been good thus far. Athletic shoes are not something I have a lot of experience buying. And then when I had the second goal, which was a 10% reduction in my weight, my SD actually bought me a necklace from Hot Topic, I think. No, Hot Topic somewhere, and a pair of Day of the Dead earrings at $250. Oh, and I also treated myself to a more expensive pedicure. Usually I go for like the #1 pedicure, like whatever it is, cheapy cheap, and I did like a $40 pedicure.
Nice.
$40. Anyway, but yeah, I just used to reward myself for just being me, and that now I have goals, so
yeah,
I will continue to reward myself. SD is on a weight loss journey as well, and so I bought him a shave ice machine, and we're using Mio flavorings. Awesome. Highly recommended. Super good. Careful not to overdo the Mio. But, so yeah, and it was for me too.
And I don't remember what I've given myself along the way, but I know I've given myself at least 2 purses as rewards. I have other purses as rewards for the future. I was going to do a spa day at some point.
You did hair.
I did hair. That's right. Thank you. When I got to my 50 pounds, I got the Kate Spade purse, which you guys have seen in photos. And then when I got down to my lowest adult weight, which was just under the 50 pounds, or something, I don't remember. Oh, it was the 75 pounds I got that. Anyway, so just right back to back, I did the hair, which you can't really see, but obviously, you guys have seen it before. So those were mine. And then I have others. I've got a spa day coming up, you know, at goal, or 100 pounds, I think. And then I have another purse, and then a goal. I think I'm going to just take myself shopping and be like, here's $500, let's go shopping.
Yeah. And you know what? And when I get to certain points, there will be treats for you guys, too. Maybe some dance videos.
I love it.
Dance videos.
Or you could do a giveaway.
I could do a giveaway.
I love the giveaways. Yeah, I want to win.
Oh, and I also got my organ necklace.
Yeah, I love the organ necklace. Let's see. What is the one thing other than your VSG you feel contributes to your success so far? For me, it's absolutely been the support. The support of my friends, the support of you guys, the support of my family, a little less so because they're not as involved, I guess. Mm-hmm. But they're definitely supportive. I would think that if I had no one to talk to, or no one who understood, or anyone who was being an asshole, or excuse me, a jerk, then that may be a little harder for me. Mm-hmm. Having my partner, you know, my boyfriend, be super supportive and proud of me and always telling me. I know I didn't even say his name. Can you believe it?
Whoa.
So I think that's really the only thing, and keeping in mind that. It's hard because I'm not perfect at this by so much that I still get to make the choice. That overeating is still possible. Eating around my sleeve is still possible. I could drink all my calories. That if I wanted to, I could eat past this. And making the choice every time I make the choice to make the choice. You know. So I think trying to keep that in mind has also made me successful so far.
For me, besides the surgery itself, first and foremost, my SD. Like, he took 2 days off of work to take care of me. He helped me in my PreOp diet stage. He helped me in some of the prep and for some of this tests. Like, so he has been instrumental in helping me. He also, SD is not an angry man at all. He's so sweet. But, like, eating things I wasn't supposed to eat. No, SD doesn't get mad, but SD was getting mad at me, like, if I was doing stuff that I was not supposed to, like,
good,
genuinely mad at me.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I mean, you know, so then I didn't do it as much, because I don't want to make my sweetie pie mad. Right. My mom has, like, as always, my mom is, like, my biggest cheerleader. Holy shit, I might cry.
It's okay. It's okay, you can cry, seriously.
No, I'm not going to cry. I'm joking. My mom has always been, and will continue to be, my biggest cheerleader. So, My family.
I think it's nice to be emotional every now
I
and
know.
then. It's a good
crazy
emotional.
roller coaster. I tell you, people, it's crazy. It helps that like Shark Week every week. It's
Yeah.
like
I've had Shark Week all month.
So
pretty
my
much.
family super supportive. My friends. Oh, also my boss at work. I remember when Linz came down to try out for Biggest Loser, and I like mentioned it to my boss. She's like, "You should do that too. You'd be great on that show. Not like you're so fat you need to lose weight, but like." You're hysterical, and I think you'd be great, and I'd love to see you be successful. And I'll give you the 5 months off that you need to do that. Like, you know.
I'll give it to you anyway. Go to the fat camp.
Exactly. Run off, fat girl. Go to the woods on it. Anyway, so yeah, friends, family. Also my iron will.
my iron will.
No, honestly, like if I had an iron will, I would not be almost 300 pounds. So yeah, support of friends and family. And as Lynn said, working out more. That's a revelation for me.
Here's the next question.
What did I do a 2-week pre-op diet? If yes, how did you successfully make it through? Yes, I had a 2-week pre-op diet.
But not liquid, right?
But not liquid.
I think the question was originally a 2-week liquid. Maybe not.
Anyway,
yeah,
so we'll just talk about what we did. Anyway, 2 weeks, high protein, low carb, low fat. I had very few things on my list that I could eat. I talked to my nutritionist and I said, well, I think I drove her a little bit nuts. What about celery? What about iceberg lettuce? And she's like, well, yeah, I mean, those are like nutritionally buoyed. Talked about this before. So then I got on the internet and I was like, what other things like iceberg lettuce and celery? And so I added things like bok choy and any like basil or any fresh herbs or anything. And then, so I totally cheated good cheats. That's how I made it through, because having 5 things essentially is what was on my list that I could eat for 2 weeks was not going to work for me. I need variety. I need vegetables. Like, as a fatty, like, a lot of people think fatties don't eat vegetables. Like, all we eat is cake, right? Deep fried cake. Deep fried Twinkies, deep fried Snickers. No, I love veggies.
I love salad.
I don't love salad, but I love all the other veggies besides lettuce, basically. So, that's what I did. And so,
did you have 1 or 2 day pre-op liquid diet?
I had no pre-op. Well, that's not true.
Like the day before?
I had to fast starting at 9 p.m. the night before. I had no liquid pre-op.
So I had a 2-week pre-op diet too. Also, no sugar, low fat. But I had more. It seemed like I had more variety. I could eat turkey, ground chicken.
I could eat those.
Just like I could eat most things I wanted. It seemed like just like in small quantities and nothing super high fat. Like no salmon. I could have, I don't know, other fish though, like tilapia isn't really a fatty fish.
Yeah, I could have any seafood, any lean
I think I was the
protein.
same. Yeah.
And my
but
doctor
no red meat.
did not cap, and I could even have lean beef. But my doctor never capped. They never said you can only have 1,200 calories a day. It was like as much as I wanted to eat.
Yeah, mine neither, but I don't remember, I mean, it was just like no rice, pasta, potatoes, starchy vegetables, but I could pretty much eat any other vegetable I wanted. I just had to watch things like full-fat ranch dressing, like, or things with high sugar and like no ice cream. I also did have Thanksgiving over that 2-week pre-op diet.
Yeah.
So I did allow myself to have a couple bites of anything I want, or like 1 or 2 bites of anything I wanted. And I did have 1 small slice of pie on my 2-week pre-op diet. So it wasn't about perfection for me because I knew I was coming into a holiday. It was doing the best I could. Normally at Thanksgiving I have 2 plates of food and 2 slices of pie.
Yeah. This is what happens when I get hot, excited, nervous. I hate it about myself. So I want to caveat all what Lindsay and I just said.
She's interrupting me because talking about her neck. I wanted to continue saying what I was saying.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I was looking at myself. I wasn't listening to you.
I know, apparently. Which is that I did have a full 1-day liquid diet prior to surgery. So the day before surgery, so I had surgery December 5th. I had December 4th was an all-day liquid diet as a last-minute shrinkage measure, liver, you know, and then also fasting after 9 p.m. the night before.
So caveating this.
Oh no, this is going to be loud. That's alright. If we hear a mower, we're just talking louder now.
Yeah. So this is not recommending, suggesting that you should cheat on your pre-op diet. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's doctor apparently is different. follow what your doctor says. Please follow what your doctor said. Like,
and there's a reason for it too. I mean, if you're gonna have your last meal, do your last meal before your pre-op diet. It's really important. Your 2 weeks pre-op diet, whatever it's, if it's all liquid, if it's not, whatever, just stick with it. Ask for support if you need it. Find a buddy. Don't, you know, I mean, if you're on a 2-week liquid pre-op diet, I think that's probably pretty hard. If you have 3 bites of food, I'm sure you're not going to die from that, honestly. But like, don't,
if you do.
Yeah, don't, and don't, yeah, I'm not a doctor, but I'm just saying, like, don't go out and eat fried chicken wings 3 days before your surgery. Like, don't, you know, that's my recommendation.
And I don't want to make it sound like it was easy. It wasn't. hard. I was PMSing the first 3 days of mine, and I did not know it. And I had, like...
Me too.
I was, like, Bugs Bunny in the desert, and you know those scenes where they look over at their friends?
Yes.
I wish we could, like, just...
Like a mirage.
Like, and your big chicken leg. And that's how I felt. I was ravenously hungry.
Yeah.
For carbs.
For 25 minutes.
Yeah,
all right, we're going to move on. We have 2 more questions. How was the support from your family been? And I'll speak to that. I think we've already mentioned it. Great. My mom was a little worried. She kept reminding me that this is forever. And I think she was scared. I've never had surgery before. It's obviously scary to see somebody go through that. But she's been fantastic. My dad was like, "Are you sure?" Totally supportive. You know, my brother didn't really have any opinion on it, but he's been supportive, or not unsupportive, I suppose. And that's pretty, yeah, my family's been amazing. Yeah. Really supportive.
Mine too. My mom, as like I just mentioned a moment ago, has been and continues to be like my #1 fan, my biggest supporter. She does not support this haircut though.
It's too bad because it's really cute.
And then like, you know, my brother's a super quiet guy. He would never in a million years vlog. So, you know, he, as far as I know, supports, like, they're supportive. The only, like, input I've had that was, like, a little bit like, "Oh, really, are you sure you want to do that?" I know comes from only a place of concern. And that was a family member who, because I have sleep apnea, was concerned about the anesthesia. And, you know, she warned me to be certain to remind the anesthesiologist that I have sleep apnea. Came through fine, obviously, I'm right here. But and she works in the healthcare field, so I appreciate, I appreciate it. But like I said, I know it was only from a point of concern.
Yeah. And then we only have one last question, and then we'll leave you guys to get on with your day.
Yeah, and so the last question, and, you know, I kind of talked about this in my vlog, like, you can ask us how we got so fabulous, and somebody did. And it's a fun question, like, how did we get so fabulous?
I mean, there's so many factors.
But, you know what? There's, like, a serious answer behind it.
Yeah.
And, I grew up in a house with a mother who always told me, "I am beautiful. I am smart. I am amazing." She's so happy. She's so proud. My mom's dream for me, in 6th grade, for reals, was that I grow up and be the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. That's her faith. Oh my God.
You're so cute. Do you want to pause it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, I made Tessa laugh, so we're over that.
And then I lost my contact. As I said, it's an emotional roller coaster. So yeah, always believed in me. So,
here's my bright future.
There you go. You just don't want to mask when you cry. Anyway, so yeah, I have always had like amazing self-confidence and a belief in I can do anything.
Yeah.
So that comes through. Like, I think my contact's coming back to the
Oh, God.
But in seriousness, it's because I had that messaging as long as I could remember.
Yeah, that's very blessed.
Yeah. And so, unlike a lot of people, happy or otherwise, who grow up with a sense that they're not worthy or that they're not good enough, I was always told. Yeah. And continue to be told.
Yeah, which is
I'm
amazing.
Good enough.
Which is how I grew up. I did not grow up that way. I mean, my parents loved me, but I my mom was heavy growing up, and so I always felt like she was just dying for me to not end up the same way. And so in doing that, you know, she set a precedence of you'll have whatever you want when you are smaller. And she believes that about herself to this day. She believes that her happiness will come when she's smaller. Sorry to out you, Mom. I love you. She probably doesn't watch these anyway, so I think I'm okay. But
my mom does. My mom posted 5 comments yesterday.
I know. I know. Thanks for watching, though. Someone had to watch that 45-minute video, which this is going to be, too. Actually, now that we're at a half an hour. Okay, but we're going to wrap this up. But, no, my mom, you know, she was so adamant for me to not end up like her that she made me just like her. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll have all these things when you're thin. You'll have... So it started with this mentality that I wasn't good enough as I was to have a good relationship or a good job or a good whatever it was that I wanted. That if I were smaller, if I were thin, then I would have all the friends. I would have I would have those things. And she didn't do that in a malicious way. She was never a mean mom, but what did you do?
I need to be over here for a second.
Okay.
I'm trying to get
with your contact.
Yes.
She was never a mean mom, but she. Anyway, so for me, I became fabulous and confident because I did the work. Like, I had relationships that reinforced that as an adult, that reinforced that, and I went to therapy, and I went to Codependence Anonymous, and I went to all these other things that allowed me to work on myself and to come to believe. Oh, there it is. Oh, my God. Where did you find it? In your eyeball? Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. Continue on.
Okay, she's going to put that sucker back in. So I did the work, and had to come to find that on my own. So Tess and I come from very different backgrounds in that way, that she was basically born and raised confident, and I wasn't. Not to say that my parents didn't do the best they could, but, you know, anyway. It is what it is, and I love my parents, but I did the work. I became fabulous because I worked on it. And then, obviously, we're just fabulous anyway. So, but confidence aside, you know, we're obviously interesting and relatively bright individuals.
Both well-educated, both master's degree. I mean, not that you have to have that.
I know lots of fabulous people that are high school educated, but, you know, we are ambitious. I think is, you know, again, not a precursor to fabulousness, but it helps us be fabulous. Our own.
And we have an amazing sense of style, despite the fact that I always look like crapola on my, like,
well, we just got done
beaters.
hiking. I mean,
you know, I roll out of bed and make a video. Besides the gift of life, that was the greatest gift my mom has ever given me. Yeah. So. Yeah, that's an amazing gift. Even better than the 1976 Volkswagen Bug she got me for my 17th birthday. Yeah. That was amazing.
No, see, my 1964 Rambler for my 16th birthday was the best gift. So anyway, I mean, I think we're just fabulous because we continue to work on being fabulous,
and you know what? If you don't feel fabulous, fake it till you make it. Like,
oh, totally. No, seriously, that's a great point, because I definitely did do that.
I make a conscious, like, I am short. Have I mentioned that
she fakes being tall.
I do. I, like, walk down the street and I, like, pretend that, I once heard Debbie Allen talking about this. She pretends there's a string attached to the top of her head and somebody's pulling it, so I'm walking upright. My chin is up. Do I always feel that confident? No, like, sometimes I got... whatever. We all have days where you don't feel confident, but I continue faking it when I don't. And I don't know how many, and I do fake being taller. Like, I don't know how often people say to me, oh, you're only 5'2 3/4, or I round it up 5'3". Don't tell my sister-in-law Chris, because she's like, you are not 5'3", because I'm way taller than you, and I'm 5'3". Anyway, that's my impersonation of you guys. And they're, like, shocked, because they're like, I thought you were so much taller. I'm like, I'm tall on the inside, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Make yourself tall in appearance, and soon you'll become tall on the inside. That is, like, a message.
It is. It's like an analogy, for sure. Like, fake it till you make it. I think that's the best advice in this video.
No matter what you're facing.
In all videos ever. Because, you know, some people aren't...
Best video.
Yeah, ever.
What is it? What is called the awards they give to best videos, like on YouTube's?
I don't know. I didn't know that they had such a thing.
Are they called Tubies? I don't know what they're called. I think they're actually real things.
I'm sure the backlighting here will get
so as you see, like, laugh, cry, laugh, normal, roller coaster. That's me. I hate that shit.
This is me on the roller coaster.
I don't get
awful.
roller coasters.
I hate
this
them.
is me on roller coaster.
Yeah.
Like,
She's going to walk out with black eyes.
That's right.
All right, we're going to sign off here, guys. Have a wonderful weekend.
That's right. And until we talk to you next time, go teams.
Keep a fly out there. Bye.
Bye.